Everyone, today we learn about Michelin-Morley experiment. Without wasting any time, let's begin. A wave is a disturbance in some medium. Water wave are disturbance in water. Sound wave are disturbance in particle of air or some solid. That's why you cannot hear your fellow astronauts scream in space. But what about light? What is its medium? Maybe it's air, but then light from the sun and distant star reaches nothingness of space. Perhaps this space is not empty and is filled with some mysterious material which is present everywhere, even on earth and this medium for light. Let's call it something. How about ether? But ether is just imagination until we can prove its existence. Let's try to prove it. We'll need a setup something like this. For this we'll need a light structure, two fully reflective mirrors, a half reflective mirrors. A half reflective mirror only reflect half on the right, the other half passes, and detector which will detect amount the light incident on it. The light source is placed at the bottom center of our setup. The half reflective mirror is placed at the center at 45-degree angle to the direction of light emitted from the source. The two reflective mirrors are placed at the right and the top of our setup, making 90-degree angle at the center. The mirror are placed at exactly the same distance from the center. Let's emit a beam of light from the source. It plays at 45-degree angle at the center of our setup. Half of the light passes through this mirror and the other half gets reflected. The two mirrors, which are precisely at the same distance, back the light toward the center again, combine as the head to the detector. Now the point note is the mirror are placed exactly at the same distance. The light reflected from them will reach back at the exact same instant of time, and both the wave will get added together. Let's bracket little and see how wave get added. The higher point in the waves are called peaks and lowermost point the trough. Let's say we have two similar waves which are phase, which means the peak of one wave aligned with the peak of the other wave, and similarly for the trough. When we add these two wave, the peak get added together and so do trough, giving wave with higher peaks and lower trough. This is called constructive interference, will enhance the final intensity of the resulting wave. But if the two waves are out of phase, the peak of one align with trough of the other and this other peak cancelling the trough. It is if they exactly cancel each other, the wave is destroyed and intensity. Anything is between, we are going to see an interference pattern, the in phase addition and the out of phase addition. Now let's go back to our experiment. Let's assume the direction of ether is horizontally to the left. The horizontal wave will get a boost while going towards the mirror, flow in the same direction, but will face resistance while coming back traveling the ether. Overall, it will take longer than the vertical wave which deflect toward the direction of the ether. To be precise, this is the time taken for the horizontal wave, and this is time taken for the interval wave where v is the speed of the ether to the earth. So horizontal wave takes longer by this amount. So they would combine it slightly different times would result to waves being phase be observed at the detector. If we keep rotating our setup, there would be time when ether direction is horizontal and we should see the interference pattern. So we accept the detector to show varying intensities. We are rotate our setup. Doesn't happen. We can make two conclusions from this. Ether does not exit of light, does not, and second, at the time we conducted this experiment, the ether velocities. Let's wait to 6 months so that we can be sure the earth velocity direction has changed and conduct this experiment again. So even after 6 months, this